Welcome to Barriers to Duolingo Innovations. My name is James Lynn. Today we're going to be talking about obstacles that you might have when you're trying to diffuse Duolingo into the classroom. So what is Duolingo? Duolingo is a self-paced language learning app used to learn over 100 different languages. They currently support about 106 different languages, and they have about 40 million active users with over 300 million accounts. What barriers can educators expect when trying to diffuse Duolingo in the classroom? Well, there are some first order barriers, which are barriers that really are outside of your control. One is that students may not have the devices that they need to run Duolingo. They may not have laptops or smartphones or tablets that can run Duolingo. Another issue is that your school or your system might not be supportive of learning apps. They may think it's a waste of time. And you might have a lack of tech support at your county level, and that could be a problem because you might have tech issues that you need solved and solved quickly. So how can educators overcome these barriers? Well, first, you can raise money by having grants, writing grants, or SPLOST funding. We get a lot of SPLOST funding that helped us get to one-to-one at our school. We have Title I funding. That also helped us get the one-to-one in our school. You could have crowdsourcing. And you also really need to have your school board on board because they're the ones that are going to push it out and really encourage all the foreign language teachers and all the ELL teachers to implement Duolingo into the classroom. So you definitely need them on board. So how do you do that? You can show principals, your board, your superintendents, your stakeholders, your community. You need to show them the data on language learning apps and gaming, through education and gaming, and show how that can really improve test scores and motivation and excitement for foreign language and ELL. You can do that through events, meetings, media, social media, all these ways you need to get the word out, basically. How do you deal with tech support issues? Well, you need to learn to be the first line of defense for tech issues, be able to solve the easy ones yourself. You also can discuss issues with your tech leaders. You can get Duolingo added to the county portal. And you can have them automatically add students to classrooms for you. It's not that hard for teachers to create classes and then put a code on the board for students to join. But if you want to make it even easier, you can have your county automatically upload class rosters into Duolingo for the ELL and foreign language teachers. Now, what internal barriers can educators expect when trying to diffuse Duolingo? These are called second order barriers. Well, first of all, they may not feel like they have enough knowledge about Duolingo. Why is this better than other apps? What advantages do I have here? What about they may not have enough time to implement it or time to learn it, and they don't know how to run a Duolingo classroom. Or they may just have a bad attitude, like gaming isn't learning, or I'm not going to let computer take my job, or something like that. So they may have just a bad attitude that might hinder trying to diffuse Duolingo. And how do you deal with those kind of barriers? Well, it's about education, right? You need to watch videos and do some professional staff development, staff training, get time to play around with it. Take a course yourself, learn a new language, see how it works. You need to save time. You can help save time by having the county automatically add students into Duolingo at the county level, which I mentioned earlier. You can learn from others. You can have classroom observations, watch videos, tutorials. There's just so much information out there. All you have to do is find it. And of course, if you are a negative Nelly, you need to read the data, really look at the research, and it will show you how gaming drives learning. And those are all great ways to overcome these barriers. So in conclusion, there are many obstacles for innovation. They can often be very hard. Duolingo is no exception. But for each problem, there are many solutions. It just takes resolve, imagination, and a little elbow grease to knock down those barriers. I hope that you will have success in diffusing Duolingo in your classroom, and that your students will really enjoy the new language that they learn and be excited for it. Thank you. Have a good day.